but confirm you're able to hear me too. All right, put me on stage. Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. I think right about now we should start having most people join us on this call. Good to see you again. Good evening, and let's just give some few minutes for the others to join us before we do over. I think. Good evening. If you're already watching us once again, you can kindly leave a comment, an icon, an emoji, or just drop your name and tell us where you're joining us from. Okay, good evening, everyone. Once again, we talked about this yesterday about some of the things we're going to be looking at today. Around setting up your heart account on Facebook, setting up your heart account on TikTok, running campaigns. For your fashion design business. So if you're already online now, you can just leave a chat, leave a comment, leave an emoji. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from. While we just try to sort of like buy time for some others to join us. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening once again. We're still waiting to get everyone to join us on the call. So we're going to be moving with speed this evening because some of the things we're going to be looking at will be quite technical. So we're going to be moving with speed. I hope you're ready for us. So if you're on the call now, kindly tell us your name, where you're joining us from. Good evening to you. You're welcome to the Benny Waters Fashion Designers Masterclass. Yes, so it's an online webinar. We're just revealing some secrets to some fashion designers, from me to you, from digital marketing professionals to designers. I I just mentioned this, and I said this yesterday. One of the things that that came around we having to start this class was from, I have quite a number of people, should I call them customers or would I call them clients? They're fashion designers and they'll reach out that they want to run campaigns, they want to build their brand, they want to build awareness online on social media. And I notice I do these things for many of them. And I feel, if you're starting out as a business owner, I know how much you need support and encouragement to be able to maintain what you're doing and then to scale. So I just thought about running a free training for a few of the people that I've been doing this for. But then I thought, rather than do it for 2-3 people, then I could do it for, say, as many as are interested. And then we had a wild idea to then sort of like take it to the wider community. And then we created a WhatsApp group and then started getting fashion designers to join. And then it sort of like clicked that running ads was not the only challenge some of these designers are facing. There were quite a number of other things we wanted to look at. One of the things that intrigued me was from my conversation with a senior friend who consults for Nikki Ogulesi. That's the CEO of Rough and Tumble. And, I was quite excited to see how she is someone who is given to investing into the growth of small business owners too, as well, from a vast experience. And then I had a conversation with her and she was like, wow, she's going to be willing to jump on that webinar and, to also discuss growth and structure, business development. So it now then evolved from just having the webinar to discuss how to run ads, to then looking at structure, looking at how to scale, looking at how you can sort of like build multiple sort of income for yourself. We're still waiting for everyone to join though, so just tell us where you're joining us from. Let us know. Cheers. So once again, you're welcome. We're just waiting for some others to join us, and then we kick off immediately. So let's just give the others, say, around 3 to 4 minutes, and then we will be starting immediately. So for those of you that have joined us so far, can you just put an emoji, and your name, where you're joining us from? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening once again. You're welcome to the Bending Waters Fashion Designers Masterclass. Looking at a few topics, interesting topics, right? You're welcome. We're going to be starting in about 3 minutes, thereabout. And then once again, to everyone that joined yesterday, thank you. I'm sure it was an impactful session. And if there's anything you probably want to spotlight from, maybe one or two things you learned yesterday, you probably want to put it in the comment section. We just like to know how it impacted you. It's not just about having to type, but it's about sort of like encouraging the Benny Waters team to let us also know that, what we're doing is also valuable to you, of value to you, and that you value what we're doing generally, right? a lot of effort was put into putting this content together, organizing this masterclass. And I think one of the few things you can do for us is to sort of like, encourage us and tell us that, yeah, you guys are on the right track. Thank you for what you do. And if you'd like to say thank you, maybe you could just tell us some of the things that stood out for you in the session we had yesterday, some of the things you learned, whatever you'd like to contribute. And if you probably still have questions from the sessions we had yesterday, now is a good time to ask those questions. I'll be happy to attend to them. So good evening once again. Good evening. Yeah, thank you. I'm seeing Ruth Badmos. You're welcome. Good evening. I'm seeing the Sewing Academia. Yeah. Good evening to you as well. Joining from Mina. You're welcome. Good to see you all. We're just going to be starting in some few minutes from now. If your friends haven't joined us yet and you probably have your contacts, please beat them. We've started. You could as well just share the link with them to join us as we progress. So good evening once again. All right, so I guess it's time now. So we're just going to get started. So good evening, everyone. My humble self. My name is Ifeoluwa Midiji. I'm part of the Benny Waters team, and I'd just like to say thank you for joining us. And I also want to thank the Benny Waters team for the hard work they've been putting in, to put this webinar together. Some of us have been having sleepless nights. We've been doing some research. We've been looking at the best way to put this content together to see how it can drive real value to the fashion design community. Our vision originally, of course, in Benny Waters is to support businesses and help you scale, particularly businesses that oftentimes, because of their structure, don't have access to infrastructure, or probably don't have access to the right information to help them grow. So what we want to do is to just decentralize the information that helps you through your growth journey, and then see how these little webinars we have can be of help to you as an entrepreneur. Good evening, everyone. We are still here. And so please reach out to your friends to join us. We're just trying to see if we could probably just kill some time and then get more people to join us so that we aren't missing too many things and then we don't have any reason to have to go backwards. Okay, yes, thank you. I'm reading the comment from Grace. She said, good evening, Grace from Ilorin. This is an incredible initiative to help startup in the fashion world grow and scale better. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Grace. And thank you to the Benny Waters team as well for the great work they're putting in to get this, to make this possible all together. So we're just trying to, so in about 2 minutes, we're going to get started. Okay, right. Good evening, everyone, once again. So, already here we are right now. So we have started. So very quickly, I'll just like to give a brief overview again on what Bending Waters is about, who we are at Bending Waters, what we do, what we believe, what we stand for as a business. And so, like you can see on your screen here, we're Bending Waters. We're built differently to help you unlock growth from marketing. Now, I'll tell you the story on how we thought we wanted to reintroduce Bending Waters, to the business community. Of course, I've been around in marketing for around 8+ years, and my name is Ifeoluwa once again, founder of Bending Waters. And one of the things that I've observed is marketing seems to evolve over the years beyond, just the input alone, right? Businesses now want to know what is the return on investment. How does what you're doing translate into sales? How does what you're doing translate into growth? So Bending Waters basically is about bending what's possible, but not breaking what is possible, right? It's about looking at what are the options that we have, what are the resources that we have, and how we can make do with those resources and create opportunities from marketing. So for us in marketing, we don't just want to think about how we can get the work or just do the work. It's more about the results. What is the desired result at the end of the day? You want to drive sales, you want to get leads, and that is where we're focusing on. I've been able to do this for a couple of companies that we have worked with in the past. For some, we've worked with the growth of their fashion business. For some, is the growth of their company. For some, is helping them build a website to reach a wider audience. For some, is running campaigns, excuse me, within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And so far, we've helped over 20 SMBs, with different strategies. Some go to market, some building a product from scratch. For some, it was just building their ad campaigns and helping them run awareness campaign for some of their products. And then so far, we have been able to, pull some strides with some of those business that we work with. And then for the thing for us with Bending Waters again is that, sorry, excuse me. Okay, all right. So everyone, just to add again, for some of the services that we do offer in Bending Waters in simple terms, website development services. We also offer branding services, social media advertising. We offer SEO services, personal branding. We also help our customers support you with writing your business plan, and helping you with your business structure. We also help you your podcasting. You want to set up your podcasting on your media channel. We also help you go to market strategy. In case you probably have a product that you're trying to push to the market, we also help you with your email marketing and CRM as well. You want to run campaign on Facebook, you want to run campaign on Twitter, you want to run campaigns on TikTok, on Instagram, where you go to guys. We also help with influencer and creator marketing as well. We also help with public relations. We help with business portfolio design, and then very importantly, marketing strategy. Those are the things we do at Bending Waters. And then to just cut right to it, I'm just going to say something before we go into just showing you very quickly how to run your ads, or maybe how to run a campaign online. And many times I've seen people tell me things like they've tried running ads online and it wasn't working. And oftentimes that's why they probably need the service of a digital marketing person to say, please, how can you help me with this? And if someone wants to run ads, the first thing you have to think in your mind is, what is your objective? Like, what is the goal that you want to achieve with your business? What is your objective? Now, if your goal is you have a product you want to create visibility for and you want to drive sales for, then yes, running ads is a very good idea. Probably you have a target, you really need to just hit that target and you want to just market it very quickly. Yeah, running ads is a good idea, is a good way to go. But if you're looking at brand building, where you're looking at building something long term to be sustainable, rather than boosting a post or running ads on a product or a service that you offer, what I would have recommended, for example, if you are building you're building a brand, and you want to build long term, what I would have recommended instead is that you build awareness on your page. That is, run ads to grow your following on social media. Then while you grow your following on social media, what you're doing that oftentimes many business people don't know is that you are building what is called leverage. Leverage would mean that the moment you run ads, for example, say you are having 70 followers, and then you want to move from 70 followers to 2,000 followers, and it's going to cost you about 50,000 to 60,000, just an example. And then you get those followers. What you have done is that you are building your channel. Now in marketing, that is called owned channel. So that means when I post, there's a tendency these followers will see this post, and I don't have to pay for them to see it. So that means that if you are going to build a brand long term, your ads or your social media ad campaign strategy should focus on building your followers. That's what I'll recommend, so that subsequent times when you don't then have to post, because you've built your followers, they can directly engage with your post or with your content. Sometimes when some approach me and they try running ads but it's not converting, and I've thought about it, that it's probably not your budget. Sometimes, of course, budget has a significant part to do with it. Sometimes it's not even your designs. Maybe it's not looking pretty, or it's not looking good enough. And oftentimes it's definitely not because running ads on social media don't work. Now, the truth is, many times it is how the ads are being set up, and more importantly, it is the messaging that your ads is carrying. And a lot of advice online, you will find online, they sort of like make this harder because you are hearing this person tell you do it like this one is telling you do it like this, and you forget that some of those people you're going to, maybe you're checking your YouTube channel and someone is just doing YouTube and is telling you this how to run ads on Facebook. You forget that they don't carry the same economic context, where you're working, where the nuances that you have to face within your country. For example, there are times when it's like the wrongest time to run ads because it's like everyone is focused on something, everyone is discussing on something at that time. So the moment you're trying to push your own campaign, it will just drown in the noise. I'll give you an example. That's why we thought initially we wanted to have this webinar in December, but then we thought about it that if we were to run a campaign and we put this ad in December, we would have to drown in a lot of noise because at that same time, people were running campaigns on laptops, people were running campaigns on phones, people were trying to do clearance sales. So the competition would just have been crazy because a lot of things at the same time is competing for your attention. So I would say this, in many cases, why many ads fail is that you are trying to talk to everyone at the same time, which is why you notice, for example, we wanted to launch a campaign, right? And we thought we want to help business. Now, the information we're giving to you is relevant to every other business owner, but we felt, okay, we wanted to be forced to be specific and then build the communities in different small business industry, in different segments, basically. And then we thought to start with the fashion design community, for example. So our messaging would not sound like we're trying to speak to a business owner who works in VI, or a business owner who works in the UK, or a fashion designer who works in the UK. Our messaging will need to resonate with the audience that we are targeting. So why many ads fail many times is because you're trying to talk to everyone at the same time. Oftentimes what people run ads will do is that they will show a product. They will say, oh, this product is high quality. They will say it is premium. Then they will say it is limited stock. Buy your own now, before the stocks get finished. And then they expect sales. But the truth is that you forget that the people you are reaching out to, or the people you are marketing to, or that you are, trying to sell to, they are at different stages of their buying journey. So usually in marketing, we have something we call a funnel. And I think last year, when we looked at why you should have a marketing plan in 2026, we also discussed what is called a funnel, and we explained the concept of a funnel. We said a funnel it's wider at the top and narrow towards the bottom. Now wider at the top means that it's important that you build a lot of awareness at the top. Then growth will now trickle down from the top down to the bottom. So that means the more people I reach, the more chances I have of making a sale. And that's why when it comes to business and sales, it is a game of numbers. So I'll give you an example. If someone wakes up today and he says, I want to make 100 million in my fashion design business, and all you do is to focus on custom made clothes or custom made dresses, if your audience are people that are not high net worth individuals, you are very likely not to meet that budget, because the purchasing power of that audience will not allow you meet your goal. So for example, you want to now maybe productize some of those services and say, okay, I have some products in my fashion business that I want to sell. How then do I hit my revenue target? You have to start thinking in numbers. So you have to start thinking, if I'm going to get 100,000 people to know about this product, what are the chances that I'm going to get 1,000 out of that 100,000 to buy my product? Now, the chances of conversion that you're going to have will start from the chances or how wide or how big the awareness you have made about your products. And that's what funnel basically, covers when it comes to marketing. It's wider at the top and then it narrows down. So say 1,000 people hear about your product, then maybe 500 people start getting interested. That's the interest stage. And then desire stage is that maybe another 200 begin to think about it, but not enough to buy. And then finally, they are ready to buy. So usually there are different journeys in a buying decision. So we just move from awareness and then we want to go into sales immediately. that may not work that way. And I'll give you an example of a strategy we once did for a company we wanted to run ads for, right? Of course, this was not in the fashion business, for example, but the same concept apply. It was for a financial services company, and then they were going to run a campaign, and then I told them that if we're going to run firstly the awareness campaign, we want to reach as much people as we can, and then we were able to reach about 100,000 people in that campaign. Now look at what we did. We now ran another campaign, and the purpose of that campaign was to retarget everyone that saw the first campaign. So that means everyone that saw the first campaign now gets another set of campaigns that sort of speaks to them at that stage. That is, we've made you aware of those products, we made you aware of those problems. Now what is the next stage for you? We are now telling you how this product solves your problem, or how this product can make you feel better about yourself, or maybe improve your self-confidence in how you dress. Probably you're selling a suit, for example, or you're selling a corporate wear, for example. You do not only just want to first start by creating awareness about the fact that you make custom suits or custom corporate wears. Maybe that's the first set of campaign you did, and then 100,000 people saw that campaign. Then the second set of campaign you want to do is to tell them about your process. Now, what are you trying to tell them? You are telling them the kind of care you are putting inside your product. What are you doing? You are nurturing from awareness to now begin to build interest. That is, when someone now begins to see you talk about what you're doing, it's just like people who sell food. You can't want to sell food and what's on display is the takeaway. The first thing is people need to know that you sell food. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is you are telling them the kind of foods that you sell, and not just saying it, you are showing them the food. Now, what are you trying to do? You are building desire. So you see campaigns that people then get stuck, and the reason they are stuck is because there's a mismatch in the messaging. So there are 5 stages of buyers awareness, and I had to tailor this for the fashion business. For example, from my experience, you run a campaign for fashion brands. I've once done one for someone who does luxury clothing for small children. And her budget was roughly around 50k, and she was able to sell clothes that was worth around 300,000, about 5 different pieces. The turnover for her was quite good compared to the investment of just 50k in running that ad. And what did we do? We already saw that you are selling luxury baby clothing. There was no point trying to target places like Agege. You are wasting your time. That's a waste of budget. There's no point trying to target places like Ifakojai. So what I did was just to create a very small target area, focusing on VI and Lekki Aja. That was just the focus. VI, Lekki Aja. And then there was another place where I targeted Banana Island and Eco Atlantic artists, just Ikoyi as well, just being specific, because that those are the kind of areas where HNIs would stay. So if you want to run ads, you don't want your ads showing somewhere at Alimosho where someone in VI is the one that can afford the product, and they are showing your ad to someone in Alimosho. That's a total mismatch, right? So you have to know your audience, right? And the first thing, like I said, is that for your buyers who are just coming to know about your product or your service, it is new to them. Even what you're trying to do, even though probably it's popular somewhere else, but for them, coming to know you, coming to know your brand, you are new to them. And so naturally, what they see is, oh, okay, this guy does this, then they move on. Then the second thing you want these people to see, maybe they're even your followers, and you are creating the content on your social media page, and you want to use it to run an ad campaign. The second thing you want them to see is proof. Now, people have seen similar styles. They've seen, okay, you saw custom-made suits, you saw custom-made ashoke, whatever, or t-shirts. They've seen other people do it. But then you now want to show testimonials. Now, what are you trying to do by that? You're trying to create trust. That's what you're trying to do. You want them to see that, okay, even though there are many people that do it, I can do it and deliver at, if not the same value, I'll deliver at a better value. And that's what you want to do. You want to build trust. And how do you build trust? You create content around reviews and testimonials. So if you want to create awareness, you are creating content around what you do. You want to build trust, which is the second stage of the buying journey. You are creating content around reviews and testimonials. Sometimes maybe your customers who have worn that clothes before, and then you are able to create a POV content, a point of view from your customer, and then you are using that content to promote your brand. Now, the third stage is that, because of course you are not the only one doing it. Now you have showed them
that you're an expert. You know how to do it. There are lots of people who have validated your skill in your fashion design business to say that, oh, this guy, this girl knows how to do this stuff. The next thing you now want to focus on to say, how am I different from the market? How am I different from the market? Now, notice that we're already moving lower the funnel. We're already going deeper into the funnel. We've gone from the awareness to where I just tell them about what to do. Now we're looking at the decision, not decision, more the interest stage, where you're sort of like trying to show them that you've done this. I mean, you're trying to build trust so they can get interested in you, right? Now, the next stage to that is that you want to differentiate yourself in the market. And what you just simply do at this stage is to now begin to show them your process, right? Say, oh, this is how I buy my fabric. This is where I get my fabric from. This is the kind of quality that I sew, or that is, that my fabric is made of. And research again shows, I also reading the research this morning that shows that majority of brand building personalities thrive in two ways. Number one, by building long form content. That is, they do a lot of long form content, not the short social media content. So that means at some point, if you really want your customers to trust you and see you as a professional, you have to start considering how you can build long form content and then maybe put them on Facebook, or maybe on YouTube, or maybe even just put them on Facebook or on YouTube. Could be a story about your brand, could be a documentary, could be a case study of something you did, and then you record it in long form content and it is good quality and you put it on YouTube. Now, the second way that it showed is through criticism. If you are able to show how, or the mistakes that your peers make in that same business and how you would have done it better, if you can show that in your video, that's one of the most effective ways to build trust on YouTube, according to research. So you want to show them your fabric, you want to show them your process. That's how you're also saying you are different in the market. That's sort of like you trying to position yourself in the areas that differentiates you from the noise or from your competitors. And then the fourth stage in this buying journey is you want to start looking at the emotion and identity, which is where most fashion brands are right now. People are no longer buying clothes. They are buying how the clothes make them feel. For example, I'm sure some of you know our parents, growing up, they want to go for parties or they want to go to parties. They begin to think and they begin to look at it that, oh, this clothes that I want to sew, it's not yet time for the party, but they're already putting on the dress. They're already looking at the mirror. How do they feel in the dress? They'll say, okay, they'll say, and they're feeling proud of themselves because they just want to show off. The parties for them to feel good about themselves. So you need to also, show that kind of an aspirational content. Create contents that are aspirational. Create contents that shows how a customer can feel confident in your dress. Right? Contents like that. You want to create even some lifestyle content, around the clothes, around the dress. Now, I'll give you an example. There was something Vicky James did as well. I think I even downloaded the video. She did one where also a popular figure was going to spank her. Of course, that's like the hook to get people's attention, because that was quite a popular figure. And then while they was going to do that, they now then went into why she was going to get spanked, which was because she sold a wedding dress for someone, and the wedding dress was really beautiful, too beautiful in fact. And then she was showing the process, the number of stones that it did, also getting the customer review. What's she doing with that content? She's building trust. So that means that she's now targeting a segment of the market and trying to show them that, there's hardly anyone who knows this thing as much as I do in the market. So you have to also begin to think about how you can also build aspirational content where the people, after they've now trusted you, after they've seen the reviews, after they've seen, oh, you're competent, they love your process and how you're thinking around how you design and how you sew. You also now want to show them what it feels like when they buy that dress. That's another way of creating content, and this can eventually become the kind of content you're now creating. You now have your content pillars. On Mondays, I'm creating content that shows awareness about my services or my products. On Wednesdays, I'm showing content that builds trust, testimonials, customer feedback. on Thursdays, I'm going to be putting out content around my process to build trust and authority in the market. Maybe on Friday, I'm now building aspirational content to show them what it means to be wearing a clothes that is styled by me. Those are the kind of content you want to start, creating. And why does this matter in your ads? It is because many times when you want to run ads, many people jump from stage 1 and they go straight to stage 5. And the fact is, ads are very simple. However, the system of running effective ads is not that straightforward. You need to be strategic. And here's another mistake that I see all the time. People boost posts a lot. Please stop doing that. Don't just be boosting any post, right? One of the most effective ways to create awareness for your brand is when you post organically. Look at the content that are performing the most. Those are the ones you should post and see how they will perform. What you should do when it comes to boosting posts is that boosting should amplify something that is already doing well, not something that is not doing well at all. I'll say that again. Boosting your post should amplify something that is already doing well. And so by the time you now go into your ads manager, and you want to start running sales, sales campaigns only, and you're not trying to drive traffic, you're not driving engagement, you just want to run, campaigns to drive sales for your business. The fact is that Meta already has the data. User data on Facebook, is already on Meta, right? And if your message is clear, you'll find the right people. So you want to target the right demography. You want to target the right kind of interest. I'm just going to show you my screen. We're going to delve into that very quickly now. You want to target the right interest, the right demography, the right geography as well. Demography, I mean the people, the right age. For instance, maybe you're showing corporate wares for professionals and you want to target millennials. Now already, like say you want to target millennials, your age group already should be between I'd say maybe 27 years old to probably around 34, 35, or maybe 32, 27 to 32, thereabouts, right? So you already know that is your market segment. And of course, on Facebook, you have the opportunity to choose the age. So these are the kind of things you want to pay attention to. So before you even touch your ads manager at all, before you say you want to run ads at all, there are 4 questions you have to ask yourself. Number 1, who are you talking to? Number 2, what stage are they in? Number 3, what problem are they trying to solve? Or what are they aspiring for? What are they reaching for? What are their goals? Actually, if anyone were to come to your business, what do you think their goals would be? And then the final one is that why do you think your product is the best one for them? Now, many times people fail because they rush to click buttons instead of really thinking about this buying process. And the fact is, if you have great ads and maybe you put a lot of money on your ads, and maybe the content is really, really good and your offer is weak, it will still fail. And so your offer must make sense. You must look at your margins. How are you pricing your product? The people you are speaking to, are you overpricing your product? You have to look at your margins. You have to look at your customer. You have to also consider their purchasing power before you even put a pricing to it. Now look at the big picture, and I'm going to leave you with this. That brands that win are not the ads that are usually the largest or the ones with the biggest budgets. Well, the ones with the biggest budgets do win eventually, but then you want to manage your budget, right? You don't want to be too you don't want to be wasteful at all. Ads that win are the one that understand their customer, and you are speaking to them at the right stage that they are in, and you are building a system using your content in such a way that it is able to resonate with your customers at the different stages they are in their buying journey. And that's what I have to say quickly to that right now. So I'm just going to get to it and just show you some things around how you can maybe run ads, particularly on Facebook. Let me just share my screen, and I'm just going to show you an example. Sort of like a practical side of some of the things that I've been saying so far. Just a minute, please.
Just a minute. I'm just about sharing my screen. So from what I've said so far, if you have questions, I'd like to take your questions now. I just start dropping your questions. So maybe while I'm trying to set up the ads, I can just easily maybe attend to them and show them to you as well. If you have questions about running ads, I'd appreciate the questions now. If you have questions about running ads, I would welcome your questions now. Maybe you tried it before and maybe it didn't work for you. You can just put it in the chat section, and then I mean, we can have a conversation around it and see why maybe that happened that way. Just put it in the chat section. Yeah, you can put it in the chat section. You can just tell us. But let me ask this question: has any one of us tried, running ads for our business before? Fashion in particular, maybe. I mean, of course, I know those here are fashion designers, but have any of you tried running ads before? If you have, just put a comment on the chat section. I'd like to have a chat with you. If you have, just put a comment on the chat section if you have. If you have run ads, if you've run ads before for your business or maybe for a product, one of your fashion products or lifestyle products, if you have, I'd like to hear from you. You can just leave a comment on the chat section. No. Okay, no. Why though? Why though? I'm curious. Because again, well, like I said, when it comes to running ads, of course, people have different objectives, no doubt, right? No doubt. When it comes to running ads, one of the things you want to do, at the early stage of your business, where, particularly or let me ask this question: are there any of you here you do more of custom-made dresses? If you do more of custom-made dresses, can you just raise your hands? Minutes. I'm still just trying to just a technical issue. Okay, so thank you. I'm back. I'd like to confirm though. Are you able to see my screen, please? Can you confirm if you can see my screen? Are you able to see my screen, please? Okay, I'm trying to display my screen. I just want to confirm that everyone is able to see my screen. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, we just had to deal with some technical glitch there, but I'm back now. So moving on to just sharing my screen. Just a minute, please. All right, so I'd like us to confirm that we are able to see my screen. Are you able to? Okay, so I'd like to confirm that you're able to see my screen, please. If you're able to see my screen, you can just leave a chat. I'll just like to be sure what exactly you're seeing on my screen. Oh, Emmanuel, could you help me out? Are you seeing my the Facebook profile right now for Bending Waters? Just to confirm. So, what are you seeing on the screen? Okay, right. Thank you for your patience and apologies for that. If I still have you with us, can you just send a thumbs up or just a comment, anything at all? If you're still with us, please. Okay. But you're able to see my screen now, right? Okay. Thank you. So I just move on then. So we just want to go on to quickly showing us how to set up your ad. So yeah, you find my Facebook page. I mean, everyone's Facebook page is just like this. But then you want to run ads. So of course you're here now. Let me just switch to Bending Waters. Okay. So the next place you want to go to, I mean, if this is your, you have a profile for your business, then let's just come here to Ads Manager. Just make sure you're following Ads Manager. Yes, thank you, Busayo. Okay, so as soon as you're in Ads Manager, still loading. So just like I had mentioned earlier, in creating the right ad campaign, there are certain things you want to focus on, certain things you want to look at, but we're going to get to see that soon enough. Okay, so that things are not more complicated, we'll use the Ad Center. Okay, so a few ads that I've had to run in the past. Okay, I think this is the most recent one where we just spent about 19,000 naira for 518 clicks, and then we got a reach of 21,773, then 16,031 views. Okay. Just to also mention, one of our guests is also on this call. He'll be joining us soon, taking us through the SEO part and how to grow your business locally from Google SEO and also drive visibility for your business, particularly knowing how to use Google My Business. I'm sure it's on standby now. I just have about 10 minutes. It's all about taking some time due to this technical issue we have to deal with. All right, so the first thing you want to do is now you find out that you can boost content on Instagram, boost content on Facebook, which is like the normal common stuff. You have content online, you can boost them. But what you probably want to do first is if you're going to create an ad, for example, so you click on create ad. Okay, all right. So now we're back. So of course you see your boost Facebook content, boost Instagram content, automated ads. You can leave all that. Then the goal is what results do you want to have from this ad? Of course the default is that it comes with automatic, but if your goals are different, you probably want to look at this and then choose what your goal is. And that's like, remember how we started? We had mentioned that if you're going to run any campaign, you have to be clear on your goals. So the goals Facebook have put out here for you, which makes it easy. Do you want to get more page likes? Do you want to grow your website visitors? Do you want to have more website purchases? Do you want to get more leads? And the advantage of getting more leads using Facebook ad, for example, is you can use the Facebook form. So that way it's able to help you collect leads even faster. But we'll look at that some other time. Do you want phone calls, catalog sales, get more messages, get more bookings, depending on what your objectives are, right? But let's just assume maybe your goal is you want to get more page likes. That is, you want to grow your brand, grow it systematically, so you can sort of like have your own leverage eventually for your own channel. So you change it from automatic, and then you change it to grow page likes. So you come here, grow page likes, and then save. So you ensure you click save to get it saved. So once you do that, you want to now decide what your ad creative would be. And don't forget that this is the part where we talked about the messaging, right? We said if you're going to be speaking to different audiences or different segments of the market, you have to resonate with their journey, like where they are in their buying journey. So you want to now add the description. So that means your post or the image you're going to use, the description you're going to use, or the ad content, you have to make sure the messaging resonates, whether it's going to be video and then even the description itself, both has to resonate. And then you are able to see like a view on this side to see what it looks like. You know, if you're going to run the campaign, you know, the moment you upload the image and then you begin to type in your description. So let's say, for example, are you a final year grad looking to sow looking to sew a bespoke suit. You know, the audience is very specific. You know, you have to then you're adding the subscription and then the ad content is there. But of course, because what you want to do is to grow your brand around custom made dresses, right? Then the button call to action obviously has to be to drive followers, right? So then you're going down, you're looking at your audience, and this is where it gets quite interesting. You want to target, you want to look at your demography, and you want to be strategic about how you choose your demography. So, for example, I'd mentioned if you're targeting millennials, for example, or maybe for this campaign at this time, you maybe want to target students across Nigerian universities that want bespoke suits or something. Now you already know that they have an age range. For instance, they would normally would be between the ages of 18 to maybe 29 or 18 to 30. So rather than make it 65 here, you reduce it to 18 to say 30. And of course, you don't target both men and women, so you have all there. And maybe your location, Nigeria, is not good enough. It helps your targeting, so it's important you are now deliberate about saying, okay, what are the locations I want to target? So, for instance, you know where Unilag is. Unilag is in Akoka. Just an example now, Akoka, Lagos State, Nigeria. So you put it here. You can even check if there's Unilag on this map here. You can just put it here again, Unilag. So that way, your targeting is very strategic. Unilag, Lagos State, Nigeria. You have that. Then say you want to target somewhere in Ibadan as well. Say UI, for example. So University of Ibadan. So you can have that. So of course, while you have other places you want to target, you can just have those schools there and put it there. But where it also now gets extra strategic again is that you now want to look at the interest. That is, you want to target the interest of the people that are likely to be like your potential customers. So who can tell me within the comment section? I mean, we could do this together. I mean, you're designers. Now let's think this through. What would you think would be the interest of someone who wants to buy bespoke suits? What are the things you think they are interested in? Who can give me an idea? Of course, you know you're targeting students, so you can put things around students and education. Who can also give you an idea what they're interested in? Trust me, they're also interested in music. Let's see if there's anything around Afrobeats here. So that means that generally things they've searched for on Facebook, things they've interacted with on Facebook, Facebook begin to study all these interests to be able to give you a better targeting. Who can tell me something else they'll probably be interested in? Anyone? Just give us in the comment section. I'm tempted to say I want to give up someone that gives me something that turns out to be very precise. In the comment section, anyone, what other interests do we target? Yeah, people like corporate dresses. You'll find out that many of them are Christians. So you probably want to add that to the interest as well. Music or football? Thank you. Football is a great idea. So you can add football to Christians. Let's see what it says. There's really nothing much about Christians. Let me just check Christian then. Christian Lacroix, fashion designer. Okay, nothing here. All right. So let's add football. So yeah, they're interested in football too. What else would they be interested in? Any idea? What else would they be interested in? Let's put fashion accessories. Yeah, they also will be interested in let's see, online shopping. Anyone who probably has had anything to do with online shopping, retail, they are probably going to be interested in that. There are suits now. What kind of clothing brand do you think they probably would have researched? Let's see, suit clothing. Probably would have researched that. So what you want to do is, and this is where sometimes AI comes in. You can now take this idea, screenshot this part, and tell ChatGPT what you're also trying to do, what you're trying to sell, who you're trying to sell to, and give it, maybe tell it to suggest maybe about a 50 different interests for you, and then you begin to come here to type those interests in. So usually when you are able to nail your interests, it significantly helps your targeting. And the moment you're done with that interest, the next part you are now going to check. Sorry, excuse me. The next part you're now going to check is your budget, right? You want to look at your daily budget, the amount you're going to be spending per day to run this campaign. So Facebook is now telling you, based on the audience you have chosen, based on the geography, based on the demography that you have chosen, you're going to be spending 1,449,000 naira per day on this ad campaign. And how many people are you able to reach? You can now see that there's a potential 1,800 to 5,100 potentials per day that you might be able to reach. And then you fund your hard wallet, then you go to publish. Then Facebook reviews your campaign for sometimes 3-4 hours, sometimes just 2-3 hours thereabout. And then if there's anything that flags their policy, they let you know. If nothing flags it, then you're good to go to run your ad. So we're going to come back to the part where we have to still look at Instagram and TikTok. But before I do that, I'd like our speaker to also come on board right now. His name is Bode Oduwole. He's an SEO specialist. He's the founder of SEO Goody. So anything SEO visibility for small businesses, how you can get found on ChatGPT, how you can get found on Google, how you can get found on local searches. That is, maybe people just move to your community and then they're looking for fashion designers around them. You want to be the first they see when they search on Google My Business or Google Maps. So the kind of person that sort of like does that for you is Bode Oduwole. I would like to check if he's ready for us now. So, hi, Mr. Bode, are you ready for us now? Good evening. I think you're still muted.
Yes, good evening. Yes, thank you for having me on board.
Hi,
Trust you can hear
can you hear me?
me. Yes, I'm trying to just check. Yes, I
Are
can
you able
hear
to
you.
hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Can you hear me clearly?
I'm not hearing you. I want to check if it's my own sound. Let me see if it's my sound.
All right.
I'm thinking it's my sound. Okay, let me try
How about
something
now?
now. Okay, let me see. Hello,
How
can
about
you hear me
now?
now? I'm
Yes, I
still
can
not
hear you.
hearing you. Let me get
Really?
someone from IT to help us check this out. Hello.
Okay, hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, I can
How
hear
about
you
now?
now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we can go on. Yeah, the sound is good. I can hear you now. So you're welcome. You're welcome once again, Mr. Bode. Thank you for joining us on the call.
All right, yes, thank you very much for having me on board. So good evening,
Yeah, it's
everyone.
a real pleasure having you.
All right. Yeah, so I think we can get started already, if I'm permitted to. Sorry, can you confirm if you can still hear me? I need to be sure. I want to be sure there's no. So please, can you confirm if you can hear me? I can barely hear myself. Actually. All right, so thank you very much. I want you to believe everyone can hear me. So once again, it's such a privilege to be here, and I'm glad that I'm here. All right, so to start with, I'm Olabode Ujwale, and I'm actually an SEO specialist, and I want to say that I bring just about a few years experience on board, and I'm actually willing to share just a bit of SEO tips as it applies to professionals here, designers, and which means for your local business, how you can really implement the SEO practices in your business. And so to start with, I actually have a bit of introduction just to know exactly what search engine optimization is all about, because we're in an age and time where people just keep mouthing different terminologies. SEO is actually not one of it, and what SEO really does is bringing your business on board. And when I say bringing your business on board, what exactly am I saying? I'm actually saying that as designers that we are, we have you can agree with me that your designs which you've made in the past or you make currently is actually not the issue. Neither is neither will be the ideas that you have. But the question is, how do I get it right to my audience, and how do I get the right audience to actually see my craft? So the question we are answering this evening is, it borders around how exactly do I get the right people to see my work and to actually scale. And so I'll give an analogy of what search engine is all about. Just imagine a gatekeeper whose work has actually been, who has been assigned the job to ensure and to screen those that gain access into a territory. And as an SEO gatekeeper, I will say this time around, what his job is majorly, twofold. First is asking the question, what exactly does this person want? So let's assume someone comes to the gatekeeper and is asking, can I get a professional designer, a good designer around me? So the gatekeeper will work like, call it the search engine, Google search engine. then he's asking, then he goes inside while he actually, of course, stands the guest outside. Then he's asking within the, he wants to quickly make 2 findings. Oh, based on people that have actually been here and have given good comments about this particular person, I think which amongst the residents here seem to be most spoken about, most referred, and most commended. Then right from there, the next thing he's asking is, who is the most trusted vendor? So which means he's actually doing the 2 work. Not first thing is he's trying to protect the guard from what you can say from scam, and those who are actually unprofessional, those who he cannot really what we can just term as fake vendors. So that's actually what SEO is about. So SEO is actually search engine optimization that deals with providing results that are relevant and are credible to the audiences, and it works with an algorithm. Permit me to use just a bit of such terms here. And the way it works is just past behaviors of users online, and that's why permit me to share my screen while I just carry along as I explain what search engine optimization is in. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Okay, please, can you confirm you can see my screen? I believe everyone can.
Oh yes, it's coming up. Yeah, I can see your screen now.
All right.
Thank you.
So this is actually this is the site. I mean, of course, the most popular search engine in the world. That's the Google search engine. We have other search engines, but of course, Google is actually the most popular and used search engine in the world. So coming to a place like this, of course, you get to see this symbols here actually show how that this is actually for my history. I mean, these symbols here, they show that it's for my history. I will show you how it works differently. For example, I'm looking at, of course, recently I just searched for. Now, I just typed a letter F. Just by typing letter F, these results that you see here, of course, from Flutterwave, FCMB, Facebook, Flash Scores, FA Cup, to all of this, they are as a result of search engine algorithm. The fact that people have actually searched just along these lanes when they type letter F. So what I'm actually going to, as I go further to fashion designers near me, of course, whilst just a few minutes before now, I had to search this myself. But other results, you discover that this symbol you see here, that looks like the clock symbol, is different from all these other symbols that you see here that looks like the search symbol. It shows that this, when people type, I mean, naturally on Google, and they type fashion, these are the things they really are looking for: fashion design, fashion boutique, fashion designer logo. Then we will go further to ask fashion design, maybe fashion designers. Now, aside this, let me just delete this, my search that I inputted. So when people search for fashion designers, these are the results that are displayed, which means that we call these keywords, which means that when people search for fashion designers in Nigeria, for example, fashion designers in Lagos, fashion designers in Ikeja, fashion designer association in Nigeria, fashion designers. Now, people also search for fashion designers near me. Before I go to fashion designers near me, I'll just give an instance. Let me just click on fashion designers in Nigeria. And with this comes the latest, of course, search engine results page appearance, which starts with the AI overview, which means that we are asking, AI is trying to, of course, scroll into different websites, and based on the algorithm and based on the rank and the ranking of websites, is able to provide us with information of, it says Nigeria, it speaks of designers like Mr. Folawiyo, known as this. So we see here, of course, top designers in Nigeria. And permit me to say that you agree with me that for some of these designers, we even have designers in recent time who are more, let me say, more professional than they are. But the truth is, these ones have actually gained ground, and they have themselves spread well over the media space, not just the media space, but of course the digital world. And so we have them being highlighted here, and as a result of their credibility as individuals, also as a brand. And so we go straight to, of course, obviously I'm coming to that shortly. We actually see what we call the businesses here. These businesses, and here you begin to see websites, you see map, you see names of businesses, but before you now get to exactly what we call this will be the first organic result. The first organic result in Nigeria, which is just a media platform. Of course, they get to promote people's brands also, of course, as a PR agency. But that's the first organic result that we'll get to see. Then the next is actually fashion designers station, then fashion designers forum. Now, what does this imply? It implies that why is this particular, let me take Pulse Nigeria for example. Why is Pulse Nigeria reflecting in the search engine results? Which means that Pulse Nigeria have actually worked around content with these keywords, which means that they've had to write on content with this keyword, fashion designers in Nigeria. So usually when people want to put out content, and because of the way the algorithm works, permit me to show you this. Most of these web platforms you see here, most of them have a website, because websites actually make search engine optimization easily get to rank higher than sites which is just social media platforms. So which means eventually as a business owner, I mean, as time goes on, of course, for some just starting out, as time goes on, even if that platform will just, or the website will just be a means of communication or other, maybe a bit of more intentionality about your identity. But you just have to have a website, and it also allows for better optimization and better search results for your brand. So I'll actually come to this, for example. So here we have top fashion designers of 2024. Of course, if I should click on this and I read through the article, I will find a lot of fashion designers in Nigeria as the keyword. So let me go straight to the one that relates more with us, and that's because you agree with me that every designer actually would have his own audience, probably based on proximity to people, based on referral, some based on the peculiarity of their kind of designs. So for someone that actually makes permits me to say, probably makes just corporate outfits. So people are actually searching for corporate outfits, fashion designers, or fashion designers who are into corporate outfits. But let's just go to something very, maybe fashion designers near me. We get to see this. Of course, I stay somewhere not too far from, of course, my results. So it's showing me results for Ijokoro. So we see all of this. Now, I want to show you a difference between this and this. Now, this particular brand does not have a website. However, he has built, or let me say, he's building his platform in a way that allows for better visibility. And you see this person. Let me just click on. You see this particular person. First thing is, you see the star rating, what we call the review rating. This person has 18 reviews, which means that, and I'll share that very shortly, how you can actually get this started even from your end as well. It's called the Google My Business. It's actually having your business cited on Google. That it's a part of the local SEO as well. where people around you, based on proximity, can easily find you. So, and because people are looking for quick results, people actually need, oh, I need a quick design. I need a designer very close to where I am. I'm new in this area. I need a new designer around me, someone I can easily walk up to, and also someone who has what we can call the local trust. So this person, for example, has what we call local trust. These 18 reviews actually says a lot. And you see, right here, this person just above him has a 4.9 rating, then 8 reviews. Then the one that actually appears first here, that's talking about the business as business results. It has 37 reviews. Then, of course, look at this also, 3 years in business, this 5 years in business, 3 plus, I mean, of course, 3 years in business, of course. So all of this, we also have, so I'll just click on one of them, and I'm clicking on this person, and majorly because I see that the person does not have a website, which means that whatsoever the person is doing or whatsoever the person has done is actually what's commending, in the sense that the person, so this is actually what the Google My Business looks like. So the person has over 98 pictures uploaded already. And let me say this, Google actually identifies. So as I spoke about the gatekeeper, we have what we call the Google crawlers and the Google spiders. They work into different websites that have been indexed online. That includes even the social media platforms. And they're looking at the consistency of brands. So for example, this person now, it's obvious when Google spiders or Google crawlers who actually want to check for the consistency discover that this person is actually a designer. I mean, he has a lot of wares, he has a lot of pictures out there, and the consistency is there. And yeah, so coming down, you see exactly what people are saying about him. And these reviews will be one of the reasons why it was cited by Google in the search engine results page. This speaks of modern flair, the attention to detail. Google actually gets to read all these reviews, of course, by the spiders. And the algorithm works in a way that for every negative comment, there's somewhat a withdrawal. And that withdrawal, of course, with time, can actually put the brand in the back bench. It does not mean that all these people have 100% positive reviews, but Google spiders begin to weigh the strength of the reviews, and also you actually see that this person is quite detailed in how he actually put up his fashion, of course, fashion designer in Nigeria. So this is a keyword also. The person used a very good keyword, a strong keyword, fashion designer in Nigeria, which is one of the most popular or frequently used keywords when it comes to fashion designers generally. When people search, people are actually asking questions about fashion designers in Nigeria. So, I mean, just to not to lose sight of this, maybe I should just quickly mention how to get this started. Of course, in case you can just, of course, you can just type the business. The URL is usually business.google.com. So you can actually create, and it's free. It's actually free. So you can create one for yourself. And believe me, you actually need to have this, particularly because you have a physical store. And of course, I think Google has actually reviewed a bit of the policies when it comes to those with physical stores. So it might require that you make a video during your registration. You might be required to make a video of your store, probably from the front. Of course, it's just to ensure, like I mentioned the other time, like the gatekeeper, who wants to ensure that people don't fall into the hands of fake vendors. So Google wants to ascertain the fact that this person truly exists. Permit me to. These are the ones that I manage myself. I have some that I don't have verified yet, but let me just say, if I'm to add a business, of course, when you click on the business.google.com, you come here, then you add a new business. Maybe I should not just, I think I can stop here when it comes to this. I think from here you can actually find your way. Just follow the prompt, you get to choose your brand name. And also, let me say this. Let me just say this. The way to get to this place is actually it's quite straightforward. Let me just go to the keywords. There's something I actually want to mention. So for some of us who don't know that our brand names are not as unique as we think, so that might be a bit of challenge. But eventually, it might not be it may not be a challenge. That's because that's where SEO comes in. You know, for example, I'll give myself as an example. I have a brand that I run, which is Everything Corporate, and of course, that name is not a unique name. It's actually not a unique name. And over time, it was very difficult for Google to actually cite me because it's a registered company. So this is actually, for me now, just in recent times, I've not even done so much on SEO when it comes to this brand, but over time, I've not even edited quite a number of things. You can see it's displaying a media company. I've not done quite a number of things there, but I now have that name back to myself as Everything Corporate. However, when you come to this page, because I don't have a LinkedIn page, it still shows another brand. It still shows another brand here, another brand here. Of course, when I get more specific, Everything Corporate Suite, which is actually the focus of the brand, then of course my platform, and of course because I'm just working on the site, which should be ready soon as well. So companies that are being displayed here actually have official sites, official websites also, and based on that, they've been around for over 6 years, and 2 different brands actually. I mean, I think this is a financial institution. I mean, another one, more like an NGO. You know, so, and here also, one of the things I got to do was to write review for myself. I mean, I wrote review myself, and I got 1 or 2 other people to also write review, and that actually helped me to, when it comes to gaining that space for myself in terms of the name. So this is actually what it looks like. Then it's going to display, okay, 262 customer interaction, which means that 2 things will happen. For example, people are actually, trying to order a ride, and you know, people usually don't know, they don't know much about landmarks. You know, your business can actually pop up as one of the suggestions. So, for example, this 262 is actually for this month alone, or maybe for the last 30 days, 262. If I should go deeper into the details of this 262, many maybe asked for direction, and it was true that they actually found my business, and they maybe eventually they didn't get to interact with me personally, but they had such interaction with my page. That is, they stumbled on it, they saw it. Some even could have used it for, as landmark to their destinations. So that's exactly what Google My Business is all about. It puts you on that, it gives you an edge locally, and it also helps you. And let me say this, it even helps credibility of your brand. For example, you see, people, of course, like I said, I've not so much done things on this. Open 24 hours, that's not possible. I can't be open for 24 hours, you know, but it's just what it is. It's still the information I've not had to edit on my profile via this platform. So what exactly do I do to actually get better results when it comes to SEO? The first thing is brand consistency. Brand consistency simply means that I maintain the same logo, the same graphics across all my platforms, across all my social media platforms. Also, what we call the bio. For example, let me show something about this particular brand, Everything Corporate. This is not my brand anyway. So this particular person, for example, is an online store for corporate wears, including shirts, ties, trousers, shoes. But this person is not me. But this person has been out of business for a long time, for years now. It's been about 3 years. Because I had to do a market. Of course, I did the research on And so I know this person is actually out of business. Now, this person and this Everything Corporate that is actually a tax consulting firm, you discover that this person here has almost the same thing in terms of the bio or the about page of the business, where just at a single glance you can almost say that this company is this company. So there's such a thing as, and I can even say it this way, that it's the lack of competitive results. That's why it had to even bring this out, because this is not so consistent. This LinkedIn page is not as consistent as, it's not consistent with this Instagram page. That's because you are meant to maintain such consistency, such that when Google is citing you, it's citing you as an individual, and that way you can equally have your brand lined up in search engine results. You can have your Facebook first, then your Instagram follows, then your Pinterest actually goes, and then with that your TikTok follows. Nothing stops you from dominating that first page when it comes to Google search engine results. So the question now is, which I will talk about very briefly, is how people hardly venture beyond this first. Let me show. I need to. Of course, so just because I'm very specific now in my inputs in my search query. I actually typed Everything Corporate Suits. Now, this is me first result. This is me second result. Of course, this is actually going to pick just one of my. This is me second result. Then before any other person. Then before you talk about. Of course, this image is from me. Now, let me just quickly say something about this. So what eventually gets to happen here is as a result of what we can call relevance. So this is actually based on relevance. So Google actually presents results to users based on relevance. So if the person is searching, for example, I initially searched for Everything Corporate. Everything Corporate, I wasn't specific. Everything Corporate can actually be in the corporate world, and that was why it provided me with a tax consulting firm and also a clothing store. But this time around, I'm actually more specific. So it was able to provide me with everything you get to see here. Has nothing to do. You can't find that brand here mentioned anymore. It has to be a clothing store, menswear, can be females wear as well. It can be fashion designers as well. But the question exactly is, what exactly distinguishes the relevance of my brand based on my content out there? So the first question to ask is, what kind of content exactly am I putting out there? So what kind of content? And whenever I actually put out content, I'm not so sure as to. Okay, I think I'm very sure when it comes to LinkedIn. I'm sorry, when it comes to LinkedIn. But of course, you are dealing with businesses. That tend more to, or maybe relates more with people who are on other social media platforms. No, but there's actually what we call the alternative text, which you always see like this. It's called the alt text. Usually, when you want to upload an image. Now, let me advise that each and every time you are uploading an image, try as much as possible to have that image named before you upload it. When I say you have the image named, let me give you an instance. Let's assume in my search results here, I just come to images. Everything Corporate Suit is still what I'm searching for. Now, this is an image. Of course, this is me. I want to believe. Okay, yes, it's me. This is me here. Of course, I know That's it's actually it's a very competitive keyword. So if I'm only appearing one say, I think it's quite commendable. Now, the truth about this is that you always have to. I know some of us get to ignore this part of it. Usually, when you have someone make a logo for you or make a design for you, usually tell your designers to name it. I mean, as it relates with your brand, you can equally have it as your brand. I mean, you can have it as your brand name. You can have it. You can have it based on the keywords you are addressing. So, for example, if I'm to open this in another tab, I'm not sure I really want this. Permit me. Oh, I think it's going to. If I'm to open that in another tab and I'm actually to save it, of course, it's going to give me more like the dimension I had from. Okay, I'm coming. Let me just see if. So I don't have that tab on at the moment, but let me just stay with this. So usually you can have images saved with name. Now it can be based on, let's assume the content you are currently promoting has to do with a new design, a new style, and you've written your caption, you've written the compelling content about it. Also now have probably the title of that content, have it as the name of that image or that graphics you're uploading, and that way it ensures consistency as well. And of course, it's usually easier for you to do if you have a website. So which means from your website, when you have all your social media pages linked to your website, and directly from your website, let's assume you are using a WordPress, you've actually renamed it and you get it uploaded. It also means that when people are downloading your image, because people get to download the image. For example, I got to, put a kind of watermark, my logo watermark on my images. Not for people, not to avoid people or to stop people from using it. It's also to provide more, because Google also sees that watermark. Because this is actually of course, it's even it's a written graphic. So it's a display graphic and it has a written content in it. So Google also, tends to work with that. So it's easier for Google to also recognize me as everything corporate, even for my graphics. So usually we have all of that, and when people also get to download it and they get to reuse it, probably for their business or to also promote what they do, which is similar to what you do, it gives you an edge. Because except you want to, in a way, remove that, rename it, and also remove your watermark designs on it, or something close to that. Of course, I'm saying this to us as because as business owners and also starters, where you are not also looking at spending too much just to stay just to stay or to remain in the space. You are using what you have to actually get what you want. And so all I've been sharing so far has nothing to do with you doing so much in terms of it does not require you to pay more. It does not require you to have a paid version of the platforms. So just for you to apply all of this, also your brand colors, ensure consistency at all times. All of this, because the way Google actually works in 2025, there was actually there was a new update by Google, which is based on the search engine results pages as well. So the way Google now works is, the moment Google actually flags any inconsistency, it can throw that brand from number 20. You can throw such a brand to number 50. Of course, you can say that it was a mistake. Such a thing as your phone number. There's what we call the NAP, name, address, phone number. ensure it is consistent across all platforms. So, should in case you change your contacts recently, so on Facebook you actually have an old contact, on Instagram you have a different contact. That already is a no-no for search engine results pages, because it sees that as inconsistent. That's why you can always state there that this is WhatsApp, this is mobile, of course, but ensure that it is consistent. That's why we have what we call the NAP when it comes to the local SEO, and it's called the name, address, phone number consistency. So you must have your name, that's your brand name, the same. You don't have your brand name. For example, I have Everything Corporate here, and of course there is a part of my brand that actually spells Everything Corporate as this. Now, if I should type this easily, I will be the only one. I mean, it will get me out in no time. But the truth is, this is not my brand name. Yes, this was incorporated in my logo somehow, but this is not my brand name. So if I should use this on Facebook, and I type Everything Corporate fully on Instagram, and on Twitter I'm using something else, and back to TikTok I'm using something else, that already is and because these are AI agents used by these platforms, there's nobody you're explaining to. And that's the same thing that applies to, platforms being banned, and that's for Facebook, that's for Instagram. Many people have their accounts banned, and many don't even have explanation as to. It's actually based on these updates that they get to release per time. And I can say it this way: many content marketers, many content creators don't even know about the updates. So they just keep doing their traditional thing without the knowledge of the updates. Also, when it comes to the use of AI content, this time around, people are actually searching for content to actually use for their caption. But just let's go back to my scenario as that gatekeeper. Take that gatekeeper as as an AI agent, where people almost, because there's what we call a search behavior. I just search for fashion business or fashion designers near me. It means that if I should use one of my tools to check the number of people that have clicked on fashion designers near me today, I will have that result into thousands. Which means that for every search query and search behavior that I have online, there are other people that are also thinking like me. So when I'm going on ChatGPT or other AI models, and I'm searching for captions to use for my business, there are other people who are using similar, who will be asking similar questions, which means that there has to be that human touch in my query when it comes to AI agents. Else, I won't know that same result has been provided. Of course, there was something I did with with a group of my students. In digital marketing that we had to do. So we all brought out of course, except they were all using the free ChatGPT version. So we actually typed in a query. Then we all got, even though it's the use of words seem a bit different, but we all got the same keywords in the result. It means that every time that I get to search online and I'm searching for something to use, first thing first is, what human touch have I provided to the AI agents? So lest my caption, my content now start looking like it's falsified, because Google wants to know who said it first. Then, not just who said it first now, the person that said it first might not be known. It cannot be the person that said it maybe the 100th time, and I got a lot of interaction on it. Then Google now sees that person as the rightful owner of the content. And that's actually what publishers are avoiding in recent time. So of course, it's not to say don't use AI. Of course, we are in an age, like someone said to me just yesterday, he said feel free to use AI to actually answer my question, so far you're able to provide me with an answer. So the person agrees that it's not just about searching for the answer on AI platform. If you don't know how to go about it, the answer you will get will be the traditional answers, which is available to every other person online. So that actually stands you out and makes it easier. So let me just begin to run up as host. I'm sorry. I think have I used. Let me just round up on SEO. So what exactly is SEO? Like I started by saying, I said SEO actually talks about. I mean, it helps brand not just seen. It helps brand to be seen first. And one of the things you also need to do, which this is actually a plus, and I think I think at this point I should be paid for this particular one I'm about to say. This is not a free thing. Now let me talk about. Let me type something that has to do with let's say fashion businesses in. Sorry. Okay, so I tapped for fashion brands in Lagos, and I have some results here. I actually have these results. Let me say this. One of the ways to also get cited is actually to have your business in what we call the business directory platforms. We have what we call, so you can just search for this online. Just search for business directories. The one I would advise is I can easily advise Clutch. Let me just say business directories. This actually helps. So far you are a business owner and you have a physical store. Now we have business list in Nigeria, business of fashion. Now, when I say business directories in Nigeria, yeah. Now, one of the things you can do easily, you can easily come on this platform and now sign up and have your business listed on this platform. Have your business listed on this platform. What that does is that it provides credibility. This is actually, I mean, I can say this without missing words. This is one of the ways to get easily cited by AI. Just get your business in the business directory platform. That's the business. You can see here now. It says all business listing sites in Nigeria to grow your visibility. Now, come on this platform, many of which are free, if not all, many of which are free. Just get this Connect Nigeria. I mean, particularly, I believe we all have our businesses registered. Registered with the CAC. Just come on board here and just be able to prove your the ownership of your brand and your platform, and just ensure that you get listed on this platform. Now, this is it. What you now have as this AI overview is exactly what I would say that this is the most relevant result in recent time, because people just see this. People usually don't argue with AI overview. People, in fact, most times don't even they never have that second thought that can this AI overview be right or wrong. And usually, where does this AI overview get the result from? If you look at this, you will see where it's getting the result from. You will see Nigeria Business Directory. This is the platform it's getting you actually see that there is a platform, or there are different websites it's getting its listing from. For example, this Pro Invoice that we saw the other time, this is 100webs.com.ng. These are they're not even strong platforms like that, but because of course they provide the relevant results. So I think maybe if I'm permitted to stop here, just take questions. But I mean, for SEO, I'll say also, okay, let me just say this. For keyword research, you can use what we call the keyword planner. Google Keyword Planner. There's what we call the Google Keyword Planner. That means, for example, I want to know which content should I put out today that will drive. And usually, let me say this about your business. You always don't have to put content about what you do out alone. Of course, that's what your business is all about. Also, put out informative. Of course, informative content out there, educative content out there, search queries online. So here you can easily come to this keyword research and just type fashion. The moment you type fashion, it will give you keywords associated with fashion. So yeah, I don't want this to get into my over yet. Let me just. So you can use the Google Keyword Planner. Also, you can use there's the SEMrush, SEMrush.com. You can actually use their keyword research tool as well. You can also go on Yoast. They all have. Let me just commit me to get back to this. So, permit me to get back to this. So, in other words, what we have majorly when it comes to SEO, when it comes to search engine optimization, they are actually very simple things, but simple things that we value. But like they say that knowledge is power. The fact that you don't know it, you just know it. So that in those simple things, ensure consistency in your brand name, your brand info, your brand bio. Ensure that you get to own your brand at all times. That includes the images, the graphics you put out, the videos you put out, and also the generic content. Try as much as possible to add a touch. And also, there's such a thing as your way of writing that will be identified eventually by Google. There's a way Google identifies your way of writing, and Google is able to say that this person is way of writing. So, for example, when it comes to my own, there are hashtags that I use that are consistent. There are keywords that I use that are consistent, regardless. No matter the kind of content it is, you will find it there. So you also look at that consistency, and that way you are able to own your brand at all times, and also, of course, gain an edge over your competitors out there. In a world of millions of fashion designers, if that's an exaggeration, I think I'm forgiving me. All right, so maybe there are questions. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's really a fantastic one. To be honest, even myself, I feel like we're going to need a part two, but the part two will now be like quite different, or maybe to be more like a hand holding session, because it's like I know that we're short for time, right? We're pressed for time, and we have to sort of like distill a whole lot into a very short period of time. And but maybe it's in the video, and you're going to get it from this material to watching the video. So thank you so much, Mr. Olabode. I mean, it's also such an exciting session for me. I mean, when I was looking at your Google My Business and you're talking about the keywords that people to search for your business and looking at those things all together, I mean, those are the kind of things where in marketing, if you are intentional about growth, you need to start paying attention to these little details and having a plan as to being intentional to how you want to grow. You even mentioned websites as well, how that website is a key differentiator when it comes to visibility online, on Google, ranking on ChatGPT, ranking on AI as well. Those things really, and putting up for me, besides fashion designers having a website to do their lookbooks, for example, their different styles and their portfolio. I really didn't think to that aspect as well. That was a very interesting one, and thank you for sharing. And just like you said, of course, we're pressed for time, but we really like to take questions. And I hope this session wasn't too technical for everyone. I mean, he really distilled. He did a great job making it as making it very understandable, basically, if you asked me. But then I want to ask, does anyone here have any question? So please, we would like you to ask your questions now. If you have any questions at all around what we've said about SEO, driving your visibility on my business, around your communities, in Lagos or different places. So when anyone is searching fashion designers near me, you begin to rank those keywords. Immediately driving visibility for your business or your brand. Something that also stood out for me was when you talk about brand consistency. I didn't even know that mattered when you're posting on Instagram, you're posting on Facebook, and you're using the same logo throughout. And it's like you are telling Google, you are making a pointer to say, this is my brand, this is my brand. So it makes it easy for Google to associate your pictures as a distinct brand. And that makes sense to me. Even the way you name your files, some of us would do pictures, the title is probably image IMG 00675, and we'll upload it that way. We're supposed to change it to your brand, your business name before putting on social media. So that helps your SEO, helps you. Thank you for pointing that out as well. So any question from everyone, from anyone at all? Sorry, any question? I think maybe some are Felicia or something. All right, so if you have your questions though, that's the advantage of we having a WhatsApp community. It would be nice if you could drop your questions on our WhatsApp community and then we can attend to your questions inside the community here. So thank you for joining out. Thank Mr. Labodi once again. So really, that was the highlight for me tonight. Thank you so much. And unfortunately, Murphy is the Murphy who will join us. He had an emergency. He had one minute. So that's why I had to say for me, this is the highlight. Thank you so much, Mr. Labodi. And thank you so much to the Banking Waters team for caring and managing the support, and the rest of our team, handling the social media, handling the community. Thank you, everyone. It's a joint effort, and I think it's a wrap for today, right? It's a wrap. So thank you once again, particularly to Mr. Bode. I'd like to give him a huge and a hearty cheer. Thank you so much, sir, for the time.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so that's all for tonight. Day 2 gone. And then day 3 now, we're going to be having Mutolani come up to speak with us as well around business structure, business process, and how to build systems that help you scale. This is someone that has consulted for top fashion designers across the world. At least one I know of, is that she's considered for even the likes of Nicola Willis in building your business, and also consulting trainings and so she's going to be around tomorrow. So prepare your questions, structure, growth, and scale, then repeat. But one thing I can pick from the theme of our webinar so far is just being intentional about growth. So if you're a business owner and you're intentional about growth, you're thinking about your social media, you're thinking about your content, you're thinking about your visibility, you're thinking about your plan, how to execute each stage of your growth, building systems, building a framework in place to ensure that whatever it is you're building is sustainable. And that's the thing. And everything all together will not be possible if you are not intentional. So be intentional, right? So thank you everyone once again, and let's have a lovely evening. Bye.